Get ready to challenge what you thought you knew. Don't miss an episode of the truth within the Bible. Your journey to enlightenment starts now.
Welcome back, my friends. Today we continue in the Book of Hosea with chapter 2. Let's get a quick recap of the last video before we jump right in. God told Hosea to marry a woman who would be unfaithful, to picture how Israel had been unfaithful to him. Hosea married Gomer, and the whoredom pointed to a deeper problem: children being brought home who did not know who their true father was. That pictured Israel's spiritual condition. They had gone after other gods and no longer knew the Lord as their father. They had 3 children with names that carried God's message. Jezreel, God would judge the house of Jehu and bring an end to the kingdom of Israel. Lo Ruhamah, not having obtained mercy. God would no longer have mercy on the northern kingdom of Israel. Lo Ami, not my people, because they were not acting as his people. Yet even in that judgment, God promised that one day the children of Israel would be as the sand of the sea, and in the very place where it was said, "Ye are not my people," it would be said, "Ye are the sons of the living God." Judah and Israel would be gathered together again under one head. That brings us to chapter 2. So let's jump right in. Hosea chapter 2, verse 1.
Say ye unto your brethren Ami, and to your sisters Ruhamah.
Notice God now calls them Ami and Ruhamah instead of Lo Ami and Lo Ruhamah. He took the lo, which means not, off the front of their names. He is speaking to the children. The children are not to be blamed for their parents' sins, so he calls them Ami, my people, and Ruhamah, having obtained mercy. Verse 2.
Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her adulteries from between her breasts.
Get your act together. Verse 3.
Lest I strip her naked, and set her as in the day that she was born, and make her as a wilderness, and set her like a dry land, and slay her with thirst.
This all has to do with worshiping, as you're going to find. But here in wilderness and no water is representing the famine of the end times. Verse 4.
And I will not have mercy upon her children, for they be the children of whoredoms.
Verse 5.
For their mother hath played the harlot, she that conceived them hath done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers, that give me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax, mine oil and my drink.
Still whoring after others. Verse 6.
Therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns, and make a wall that she shall not find her paths.
She's not even going to know who she is. That has come to pass. Most people have no conception whatsoever that the great nation of unwalled cities spoken of in Ezekiel 38 is the United States of America, Canada, the free Christian nations of the world. Verse 7.
And she shall follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them, and she shall seek them, but shall not find them. Then shall she say, I will go and return to my first husband, for then was it better with me than now.
Just like the prodigal son, when he ran out of everything, he realized he was better off back home. That's the purpose here. When you pull away from God, you pull away from his blessings. It's always better to repent and return to your true Father. Without him, it's a hard road. Verse 8.
For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil, and multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal.
Verse 9.
Therefore will I return, and take away my corn in the time thereof, and my wine in the season thereof, and will recover my wool and my flax given to cover her nakedness.
Verse 10.
And now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of mine hand.
Judgment is coming. Verse 11.
I will also cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her new moons, and her Sabbaths, and all her solemn feasts.
Verse 12.
And I will destroy her vines and her fig trees, whereof she hath said, These are my rewards that my lovers have given me. And I will make them a forest, and the beasts of the field shall eat them.
All blessings come from God. He provides. But if you whore after another god, he will let the beasts of the field take over. Verse 13.
And I will visit upon her the days of Baalim, wherein she burned incense to them, and she decked herself with her earrings and her jewels, and she went after her lovers, and forgat me, saith the Lord.
Do you think that doesn't still happen today? It does. Easter is one clear example. Christ became our Passover, 1 Corinthians 5, 7-8. That is the highest day. Taking the old heathen Ishtar practices, the rabbit and the fertility eggs, and mixing them into that holy day is still Baal worship at the root, no matter what name it is given now. God does not like it. But it's for the children. That is even worse. Verse 14.
Therefore, behold, I will allure her, and bring her into the wilderness, and speak comfortably unto her.
Give her the truth. Verse 15.
And I will give her her vineyards from thence, and the valley of Achor for a door of hope. And she shall sing there, as in the days of her youth, and as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt.
Verse 16.
And it shall be at that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt call me no more Bali.
Ishi means my husband, and Bali means my master. So he is saying, you will call me husband and no more master. That's getting pretty close. Verse 17.
For I will take away the names of Baalim out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name.
Verse 18.
And in that day will I make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, and with the creeping things of the ground. And I will break the bow and the sword, and the battle out of the earth, and will make them to lie down safely.
Verse 19.
And I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness, and in judgment, and in loving kindness, and in mercies.
Verse 20.
I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord.
Verse 21.
And it shall come to pass in that day I will hear, saith the Lord, I will hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth.
Verse 22.
And the earth shall hear the corn, and the wine, and the oil, and they shall hear Jezreel.
Jezreel has a twofold meaning in Hebrew. It means to scatter, and it also means to sow. God would scatter the northern tribes, but later he would sow them again. Verse 23 to finish the chapter.
And I will sow her unto me in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her that had not obtained mercy. And I will say to them which were not my people, Thou art my people, and they shall say, Thou art my God.
That brings us to the end of Hosea chapter 2. These minor prophets are like reading tomorrow's newspaper. They are not minor in nature, only in length. If you want to know what tomorrow's newspaper will bring, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss it. Join us in the next video, where we will cover the short chapter of Hosea chapter 3. Until then, stay strong, my friends.